Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopasantaye Yasyat Viradavakradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishpaksenam Tamasraye Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshinim. With Bhagavan's grace, we came up to Slokam 24. Now, I want to go back to Slokam 22 again. Okay, it is so important. When, if you recall, in the beginning of 9th Adhyayam, what does Bhagavan promise? He says, I will, because you have no jealousy, I am going to teach you this Vidya, which is the Raja Vidya and Raja Guhya. It is the king of all the knowledges, and it is the royally remains unknown. And what is that Vidya that he is teaching? Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaha paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahami aham. So Ananyas chintayantaha nitya abhiyuktanam paryupasate. So you do this. This is the essence and the Raja Vidya and Raja Guhya. Okay, please remember that. All the remaining slokams are all explanation, different illustrations, and clarifying doubt and all that. This is nothing different from Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam. It is exactly the same. That is the only teaching that if we forget everything else, that is the only one we have got to remember. So, Ananya Chananyas Chintayantaha Pariupasate Nityabhyuktanam. Those three are very important. Okay. Let us continue with Slokam 25. Okay. Now, what happens when if you don't worship me? In other words, what we are talking of here, worshipping what? What is this me? That is that selfless love that we are all really. We need to expand our heart and share that love. Instead of that, due to selfish reasons, if we keep on doing all other things, okay, how valid are they? I mean, they all have their own benefits and rewards and all that, but they are all limited. They all cause rebirth to take place. That is the essence of what the Lord is saying. So now, suppose I am not be able to do Ananyas Chintayanto. I am not able to think of God with love. And I am really not skilled at it because my mind is going all over the place. So there are other practices, other rituals that we do follow, right? Worshipping different form of devas, different aspects and all that. So what happened? That's what Bhagavan is answering in Slokam 25. Those who worship the devas attain the devas. Those who worship the ancestors attain the ancestors. Those who worship the ghosts attain the ghosts. But those who worship me attain me. Bhagavan is not saying don't worship the devas, don't worship your pitrus, your ancestors. No. What he says is that worship all of them as an aspect of me. Don't forget that. Don't forget me in the process. That's what he is saying. Okay? So please understand this very carefully. 25. Yanti deva vrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha. Bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti mad yajinaha api mam. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha. Bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti mad yajinaha api mam. Patangal are yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha. Bhutani yanti bhutejyaha yanti mad yajinaha api mam. So, Devavrataha, Vrata means discipline. We all know that, one word of that. But Devavrataha, who are worshipping Devas. What kind of Devas are we talking of? It could be Suryan, it could be Chandran, it could be Rahu, it could be Kedu, it could be Shukran, it could be Saraswati, it should be Lakshmi, whatever we think of. One aspect of this incognizable entity is what we are focusing on. Okay, Ganapati, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Right? And those Devavrataha Yanti, Devataha, the people who are worshipping the Devas, Devan Yanti, they attain them. Pitruvrataha, same way we worship our ancestors, it is a very important ritual and it must be done. Okay? But it should be done not in the form of, we think of our ancestors in certain physical form. We should not limit them to that. We should worship them with gratitude as an aspect of the ever-expansive and ever-present love that manifested itself as our ancestors. Okay? That's the way we should do. Bhutani yanti bhutejya. Now, there is mantram, there is tantram, there are different forms of worship, right? And when you go on the tantram side, using the same mantras, people worship bhutas. Bhutas means ghosts, people with different powers that you can manifest. You read that in, as an example in Sundara, right? What happens in Lanka and all that. So those people who worship those bhutas, they bhutani yanti, they reach them, attain them. Api and mat yajinaha, who worship me, mam yanti, they attain me. Who's this mam? Selfless love. Nothing but karuna sagaram, daya sagaram, the ocean of love that is always present, the amrutam. Okay, they reach me. If you worship that, you worship me, you reach me. That's what he says. Yanti deva vratan devan, pitrun yanti pitru vrataha, bhutani yanti bhutejyaha, yanti matyajino pimam. Slokam number 26. Very important slokam Bhagavan describes. It is really brings tears to my eyes when I think about this. It's very simply put. The overall meaning is, because remember, Bhagavan is teaching us the essence of Geeta in this Raja Vidya, Raja Guhya. Please remember that. 926 is, be it a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water. When a person of pure heart offers that to me with love, I cherish it. That's all Swami says here. Okay. How can I worship you, Swami? That's the next question comes. Mad yajinaha, mam yanti. How can I worship you? Bhagavan is answering that right. Patram pushpam palam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahrutam asnami prayatatmanaha. Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahrutam asnami prayatatmanaha. Padangal are patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam yaha me bhaktya prayachati tat aham bhakti upahrutam asnami prayatatmanaha. Yaha who me to me bhaktya with love. Love to God is bhakti. Okay, love for God is bhakti. Okay, and that bhakti, that is ananya bhakti. It should be. That is the other thing. Ananya chintayanto. It should be without any other thought. We must love Him. Okay, that is the other thing. But bhaktiyaha, with devotion, with that devotion, who patram is leaf, pushpam flower, phalam fruit, toyam water. Okay, prayachati offers to me, offers. Me prayachati offers to me. Yo me prayachati, who offers to me. Yo me bhaktya prayachati, who offers to me with devotion. Tat aham, that object, whatever he gives, patram pushpam phalam toyam, whatever he gives, what do I do? Prayatatmanaha, that devotee with such a pure heart, selfless heart, okay, when he offers that to me, bhakti upahridam, with devotion, the thing that has been offered to me with devotion, with bhakti, prayatatmanaha, with this person with pure heart, pure mind, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, for example. People were only bhakti towards, love towards God. When they offer anything, patram pushpam palam toyam, what do? Aham, I, that object, whatever they give, asnami, I cherish it. Asnami, one of the means eat it. Also take in, I accept, I cherish it actually. Okay. Now, this is the literal meaning of it. But this is not what the Lord says. We have to, in understanding Bhagavad Gita with clarity, we must really, really pay the attention it deserves. Bhagavan says things in a very simple manner, but he talks about the attitude behind which we offer something, which is what he says, bhakti, prayatatmanaha, right? Those are two important attitudes with a purified heart. So, a person with a purified heart, fully devoted to the Lord, like the Tirupanarvar, so many devotees are there, Meera, so many devotees we know, right? So, when they offer, what type of patram do they offer? What type of leaf? Do they offer just tulasi leaf, which is going to fade in maybe a day or two? Pushpam, which is fading, you put the pushpam in the morning, evening it fades. Phalam, fruit that you give to Bhagavan and offer it to him, and then we take it back, right? Toyam, water we keep in front of him, and then we take the cup the next day and then wash it and then put some more water the next day. Is that what Bhagavan wants? You have to think very carefully, because all these are impermanent. So what is the patram, palam, pushpam, toyam Bhagavan is talking about? Patram means your body. Okay? A person, a devotee's body is like patram, is like leaf. Because prayatatmanaha, such a purified heart he has, the whole body becomes a leaf. Now when the body becomes a leaf, from the leaf comes the fruit, from the flower. What is the flower that is coming out of this body? Is his heart, which is the purified heart, prayatatmanaha. That is the pushpam. What is a pure heart? The pure heart is something that does not have any impurities. What are the impurities? Those 6 enemies that we talked about, right? So, kamam, krodham, madam, lobham, moham, matsaryam, right? All those 6 enemies, and out of those 6 enemies, the most important is kamam and krodham. So, among the two, most important is kamam, the desire. So, a person with a purified heart means one who does not have desires, or who has got limited desires, or whose desire is only for the Lord. Okay, that person, what happens to his heart? His heart becomes a flower that is blooming, or already bloomed, right? Then, with that heart, from that body, what happens? A beautiful fruit comes. What is that fruit? That is a fruit that is ripened in bhakti. Just like Gopika's were, just like Narada was, Pragladan was, right? So, it is a ripened fruit that comes from the heart that is blooming with love, which is encased in this body. Okay? When that ripened fruit comes, where is the water coming from? Then the teardrop that the bhakta sheds for not being able to bear the separation from the Lord. He cannot bear that even for a second, like Ramakrishna Paramahamsa or Sukamunivar, whoever it is. When they are not able to bear that separation from the Lord even for a second, they want to be with Him, they pine for Him, then the tears come from the eyes. That is that water Bhagavan is talking about. That water, when you shed a teardrop for the Lord, not for your selfishness, not for our selfishness, not for our selfish wants, but desiring only the Lord and pining for Him, and the tear comes, that teardrop will be sweet. will be sweet. If you ever, Bhagavan says it will happen to you, definitely at least once in a lifetime. You taste that teardrop, it will be sweet. All of the teardrops we shed for our for us, for our relatives, friends, whatever it is, they all will be salty. That sweet teardrop is what our scriptures call as Kshira Sagaram. Okay? That is they call it as a milky ocean. It is not milky ocean. It is the ocean of sweetness. Okay? So, that toyam is what the Bhakta offers. That, when he offers it like that, Aham Asnami, I cherish it. This is what the Lord says. This is a direct result of Ananya Chintayan Toma. We follow that, this will automatically happen. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam Yo me Bhaktya Prayachati Tadaham Bhakti Upahrutam Asnami Prayatatmanaha. Very good. Swami, all this sounds so difficult. I'm not able to do it. So what should I do? What should I do? I really want to worship you. I want to worship you only. So I want to reach you. But, I'm not that advanced in devotion. I don't have that control over my mind. What do I do, Swami? That's the next question Bhagavan answers again as the most loving mother. Okay? And he's holding us by our hand and showing us the way. Okay? What does it he say? The next Slokam, number 27, is, my dear son of Kunti, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you enjoy, whatever you give, and whatever discipline that you undertake, offer it to me, he says. Simple. Offer it to me. That we can do. Even though our mind is going all over the place, we can offer it to the Lord. Listening to the Gita, talking about Gita, coming to the class, whatever it is, we can offer it to the Lord. That's all he says. Okay, very simple thing to follow in life. Okay, there is no distinction. There is nothing like good work, good thought, bad thought, good charity, bad charity. Nothing, no differentiation like that. Whatever we do, whatever you think, offer it to me. Okay, that is what the Lord says. So, it cannot be said even any simpler than this. Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva mat arpanam. Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva mat arpanam. Padangal are yat karoshi, yat asnasi, yat juhoshi, dadasi yat apasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva mat arpanam. Yat karoshi, whatever you do, kaunteya, whatever you do. Yat asnasi, whatever you eat. Eating is please, we must be careful. Eating is not limited only to the mouth. Eating takes place through all our indriyangal, all our senses. Okay? And so, yad asnasi, whatever you eat. Yad juhoshi, whatever you offer in sacrifice. In Omam, we could put Nahuti, whatever we do. Yad juhoshi, whatever you do. Not only in a ritualistic fire, even mental fire. When we think of the Lord and offer something to Him, that yajnam, that thing that's always taking place, whatever you do. Yet dadasi, whatever you give in charity, somebody is hungry, you give him food, and somebody is shivering, you give him a piece of cloth to wear, a coat or whatever you do, okay, immediately offer it to me. Yet tapasyasi, we saw tapas means what? Basic tapas. There are 3 types of tapas that Bhagavan is going to describe later in 17th Adhyaya. Okay, one is the manasika tapas. Tapas means discipline. Purifying, discipline to purify yourself. What is purification? Removing of the impurities again. Okay? So, that purification process, that purification disciplines and activities undertaken to purify the mind. Purify, that is one, manasika tapas. Second thing is the vachasika tapas, the purification of speech. How should I speak? right? All those things Bhagavan is going to come. In 17th Adhyayam he will describe. So I'll wait till then. And then the third one is Vakya tapas, which is the Kaya tapas, which is the bodily, the physical purity. Okay? So whatever tapas that you do, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, that Mutt arpanam kurushva. Offering that to me, doing arpanam to me, do whatever you do. That is what he says. Yat karoshi yat asnasi yat juhoshi dadasi yate yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva mat arpanam. Now, Bhagavan now describes, if you do this, what happens, right? And the simple exercise that you do, what happens, it's a beautiful thing that takes place. You actually get released from your papangal and punyangal, merits and demerits. We don't want either. I don't want only, if I want, I should not be going only after merits, okay? I should really go to a state where I neither merit nor demerit. I don't want either one. All I want is a lotus feet. Okay, that is the way we must think. So automatically you get released from both merit and demerit. And also, right now we are bound by our actions, and the actions slowly leave us. We get released from the bondage. And then it sharpens, as we practice it, it sharpens and perfects our skills in embracing the indweller. Then what happens? Then you will reach me. As Bhagavan said in the previous slokam, if you worship me, you will reach me. This is how the Swami says, you do and then you can reach me. Okay? So everything is connected. The most exalted teaching that one can have in one's lifetime. We are also fortunate to be able to hear this. Subha subha palaihi evam mokshese karma bandhanaihi sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimuktaha mam upashyasi. Subha subha palaihi evam mokshese karma bandhanaihi sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimuktaha mam upashyasi. Now, padangal are subha, asubha, palaihi, evam mokshese karma bandhanaihi sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimuktaha mam upashyasi. So, I think by now you'll be understanding the padangal. They're not very difficult. So what happens? Evam, thus. Which means thus means which way? Yat karoshi, yad asnasi, yad juhoshi, gadasi, yat, whatever you do, offer that to me. Mat arpanam, offer it to me immediately. Don't even wait. Don't worry. When you do this, evam, thus, this way, subha asubha palaihi. Subha means auspiciousness, meritorious, beneficial thing. I mean, everything is benefit in this life. So the auspicious, meritorious thing that take place, right? Punyangal. Asubham is the opposite of it. Palaihi means the fruits. So whatever meritorious and non-meritorious, merits and demerits, all things that have accumulated, whatever happened, because of those both good deeds as well as the bad deeds, I am bound by actions, right? Karma bandhanaihi, because subha subha palaihi, karma bandhanaihi, mokshyase. That means you get freed. If evam mokshyase, this is how you get freed. Not only that, what happens when you do? Mokshase also applies to the next line. It's a verb. Sannyasa yoga yuktatma. We saw earlier, sannyasam means establishing firmly, staying long for a long period, staying forever. Nyasam means to stay for a long period. Some means that with Bhagavan. So sannyasa yoga yuktatma. So because you are always offering that to me, you will be actually staying with me. Mentally, you're always thinking of me. That all automatically happens. Then what happens? Vimuktaha. Vimuktaha means thus released. Previously it is karma bandhanaihi mokshayase. Vimuktaha, thus released, thus become freed. Then you get established in sannyasa yogam, always with your mind established in me. Then what happens? Mam upaishyasi. You reach me. Okay. Subha palairevam mokshase karma bandhanaihi sannyasa yoga yuktatma vimukto mam upaishyasi. Slokam number 29. Then what happens? That means, Swami, do you like me only if I do all this? Or what happens? Bhagavan talks about how he is impartial. Actually, none of these things really touch him. Okay, and it's very important. If you go back to Slokam number 24, I forgot to mention one thing to you. It says, Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta. Bhokta means I'm enjoyer. Is Bhagavan really enjoying everything we give him? And there I just want to share with you before concluding with this slokam when Prahaladan worships, Prahlada Stuti is a beautiful stuti in Bhagavatam, worships Narasimha, he says a beautiful, very interesting thing. He says, Bhagavan, you are always engrossed and immersed in your own happiness and bliss. Not happiness, but bliss. It's called Anandam. It's called even more than it's called, And that Brahmananda, that bliss, infinite bliss. You're always engrossed in it. You're always immersed in it. Though, this is what love is. Love is always happy and always peaceful. Okay, selfless love, I mean. Nothing to do with body love, okay? It's a selfless love that's from heart to heart. And that Anandam, when you're immersed in it, you really, are not looking for people to worship you or people to even denigrate you. None of those things really touch you. So when people like us, devotees come and worship you, what are we actually doing, he says. He beautifully describes that how when you dress yourself up and look in a mirror, what happens to the mirror? The mirror is not touched, whether you look in the mirror and or not. But when you dress yourself up and then look in the mirror, what happens? You see yourself beautifying yourself. It is for your benefit that you do that. So all the worship we do for the Lord is for our benefit, not for Him. So He is not an enjoyer. He is not a bhokta. Okay, please remember that. So that's what He's going to talk about. The same way, a mirror is absolutely impartial to whoever stands in front of a mirror, a beauty person or a not beautiful person. Sun, same way, shines exactly the same way on a robber as well as a saint, right? And like that, Bhagavan says in Slokam number 29, I am the same to all beings. I have no likes or dislikes towards anyone. But those who worship me with love are with me, and I am with them. Like when you stand in front of the mirror and beautify yourself, you are with the mirror and the mirror is with you. But if you don't stand in front of the mirror and that, then there's no connection. Bhagavan says that. So when you worship me, you are with me, and because you look to me, I look to you, I am also with you, even though I have no partiality. Okay, that is what he says in the next slokam. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyah asti na priyah ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu cha api aham. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyosti na priyah ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu cha api aham. Padangal are sama aham samaha aham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyah asti na priyah ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu cha api aham. Aham, I. Sarvabhuteshu, for all beings. Samaha, same way, only one, not two. There's no partiality. I am the same to everyone. Selfless love is the same everywhere. Doesn't make any distinction, any difference, whatever. Just like the sun shines. Okay? For me, dveshyaha, to dislike, to have hatred towards, to dislike. Na asti, no one is there. Okay, same way, na priyaha, na priyaha, there is no one who's to be liked by me. Okay, but those who me bhaktya, with devotion, bhajanti, worship, with their mind fully involved. Bhaja means mind to be involved in Bhagavan. Okay, bhajanti, whoever worship, those people, mai cha, they are with me. Not only that, ahamapi, I also, teshu, I am also with them. Okay, how Bhagavan is closest to us within us. If I just look to him, what happens? Then I am with him. Immediately he is with me. That's what he says. Samoham sarvabhuteshu na me dveshyosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayite teshu chapyaham. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om.